the Michigan State defense hit Devin Gardner, and then they hit him again, and then they hit him again, and they hit him a few more times after that. And that was really the story of the game, as the defense dominated the Wolverines, and MSU came away with probably the most impressive win against Michigan under Mark D'Antonio, 29-6 today at Spartan Stadium for the 5th win out of the last 6 tries in the rivalry. So now focus sort of turns to the end of the season for MSU, where they're in the driver's seat in the Legends Division with a bye week coming up and a road trip to Nebraska following that. And Dillon, they held Michigan to negative rushing totals today. Really dominated along both lines. I guess what's most impressive to you for Michigan State?
Steven, there's been a lot of talk this week about big brother, big sister, little sister. It's been a big family tree kind of conundrum, and everybody's talking about it. Danico Allen sat up and talked to the media, and somebody asked him a question in the tone of that, and he said, well, we'll determine who's little brother and big brother on the field. And that's what the Spartan defense did today. They took care of Devin Gardner thoroughly and completely. This man's jersey had so much Spartan Stadium field on it, you thought he was part of the turf grass program here, man. It was a big win for Michigan State, and now they're in the driver's seat. Legends Division looks like it's theirs. If they beat Nebraska, they're in great shape to end up in the Big Ten championship game here soon.
I can't tell you why. I can just tell you that we do what we do. There are guys on their football team that we haven't offered. Okay, so let's get that straight right now. There are guys on our football team that they've never offered. So it's what you do with the players that come and what their belief system is. And our guys are believing. We believe on offense. We've got a quarterback who's resilient, makes some plays. He's young, he's still growing. It's a big opportunity to grow this game. And we've got our receivers catching the football. We've got a running back running, a couple guys in there, and our offensive line is playing pretty well. So defensively, we've just been dominant, really. We haven't scored a touchdown in the last 3 weeks. So we really have been dominant. And in this day and age in modern day football, you just don't see that very often. And that's a credit to our staff, Coach Narduzzi and his defensive staff, Coach Burton, Coach Tressel, Coach Barnett, and our graduate assistants. It is also credit to our players, how they're able to adjust right in the midstream of a game. They're able to adjust and they play with confidence. Got a certain amount of talent out there, but when you tack on confidence to that talent level and the belief in the system and the belief in each other, great things are possible. And I think we saw that today. And we just tried to stay out of all the issues with the Michigan State rivalry, all that stuff and all the talk. And I thought, for the most part, it was a pretty clean play game. So it was positive to see.
I think he just do it for attention. We really don't care too much about that, because when we get on the field, it's us versus them. You can call us what you want, call us little brother, big brother, but when it's on the field, we show who's the big brother, who's the little brother. So.
And speaking of Danico Allen, he really had the takeaway quote of the press conference this evening as he was talking about how he felt it was a more thorough and complete beatdown of the Wolverines than it was in 2011, where Michigan felt like they were bullied. They kind of talked about that a little bit this week. You had Fitz Toussaint there on the little brother comment, but the other guys were talking about how he felt bullied. They felt like Michigan State's Will Golston threw a punch, and they felt like that was unfair. And of course, you had Taylor Lewan twisting helmets too. And he was out there today, with some questionable things as well. What's the biggest thing you take away from the defense and what they did today against the Wolverines?
I think just that, they keep raising the bar. Even when you think, another team might challenge them, they can't. And just the most impressive part to me was the pressure. I mean, Devin Gardner had no time at all to throw, to make his reads. He had nothing. He was constantly on the move, constantly in the dirt. And there's a lot of pressure by that front seven, which is something we've seen a lot this year. And, a really noticeable improvement from last year. Shalik Calhoun had a big game on the D-line. Danico Allen had a big game, blitzing a lot from the linebacker spot. And just that, that this team can keep answering the call whenever there's a new challenge. Negative 48 rushing yards. I believe I heard that's a Michigan record low. Obviously, they've been playing football there for a long time. That's really impressive.
I think we did it worse today. 2 years ago wasn't nothing. It was a lot worse today, and I think they felt it. Oh yeah, I mean, we definitely felt the frustration coming from him. Every time Gardner would get hit, he would kind of get up, with this kind of look of frustration, kind of doubt. And that's what we went into the game plan on doing.
Yeah, it feels good. Anytime you can pressure quarterbacks like we did. You talked about how it was a physical beatdown out here, and I think that anyone watching that game or in that game would agree with you. And yeah, that's a complete game for us. Well, no, Coach Narduzzi said it. We're excited to play. We're excited to go out there and we take that mindset that, in those situations they think they have the advantage. They think they're going to score. They think they're going to do. It's a momentum change for them. And if we go out there and we stuff them and we keep them out of even scoring a field goal, it's double. You know, it takes away theirs and it gives us momentum. So it's just an opportunity for us to change the game. You know, as a unit, you don't have a much better time to change the game than you do in sudden change. It's an opportunity we took advantage of.
Well, that's all from us from an exciting night at Spartan Stadium. The Spartans come away with a 29-6 beatdown of the Michigan Wolverines. For Stephen Brooks, I'm Dillon Davis, saying goodbye.